free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get. Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. Hey, let me elaborate. Y'all niggas trying fake. I've been out here getting cake. It been a process to get my money straight. I remember them broke days when I ain't thought they could control. I just kept that hammer, homie, nigga, knock out your soul. If you ain't got my money on time, you better cash out. If you do that bad business, homie, don't even give me that. I've been staying out the way cause I ain't doing no dead time. Cause I ain't got time for you, little homie, I'm getting mine. Coolest nigga in the world, but don't try to test me. I won't never lead you astray, that's why the Lord bless me. I need no attention, I just keep the extension. I was me against the world, so I'm feeling like Pop. Chasing all his hundreds like I'm Zeke, but I'm from the block. Monetize the flow, just follow the formula. If you ain't trying to get that bread, then I'm ignoring ya. I'm looking for a way out, cause I'm trying to go global. These niggas ain't on they hustle, they ain't even mobile. These niggas ain't no soldier, that's what a nigga told ya. Elias Cash, nigga, ain't nothing free. So you know how it is when you be coming to DC. Hey, ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get. Ain't nothing free, so I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine. I gotta get.
I'm the realest in the DMV. Let me elaborate. Fuck your
Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Slow. Just want to bring up something I noticed. I know it's still early as fuck for a lot of people. Put your boy up. Have y'all ever had one of them 3 minutes cool shit that hit the fan moments? See, I've had those shit that hit the fan moments, right? A while back, we got into a situation where myself and some other people on a very large, well, not large, but big enough base up in the mountains got abandoned. We got stranded, right? And the larger fob that was supposed to be our supply hub, be our backup, they ain't back shit up. They ain't back a damn thing up. They just left us out there. I know I've talked about it before. Good old Bob Guard days. Well, in that situation, it was a whole thing where I got to witness firsthand what it's like to be left assed out after a disaster has happened. When already ain't no clean water, you know, supplies is running low, and I hated that shit, though. I hated it like a motherfucker. But we marched on through and survived it. Still while getting mortared and shot at, losing people, you know. And I promised myself, if I ever get my black ass back to motherfucking Fob Gardez, I'm sorry, excuse me, Fob Salerno, off of Fob Gardez, I'm gonna choke me a bitch. Whoever the fuck was in charge, right? I'm gonna get your motherfucking ass. Well, I got that opportunity. This little gangly, slender, skinny motherfucker that was in charge of that whole operation, AO manager. He had no clue, right? He got his ass on a helicopter and flew out to come take a look at the so-called devastation. And he just wasn't in reality. He put an order in for more wood, water, so on and so forth. And he did it at the AO area manager level, right? And guess what? That shit never fucking made it until way fucking later. But I remember I was in his office and I had every intention of whooping his ass, right? Or really just whooping his ass because he came like 3 weeks later. And as I'm talking to him, I can't you know, I can't tip my hand and let him know, no, nigga, I'm really here to fuck you up for real, for real. He's getting all his emails back because that's how the whole project ran. He's looking like, huh, they're not responding to me. I said, huh, go fucking figure. Ain't that some shit? That don't feel good, do it? And he couldn't get another chopper out, another flight out that motherfucker. So he was stuck with us for about a good month. I said, nah. The ass whooping is temporary. This right here is sweet. I get to watch it suffer the same way we suffer. And for that month, he was just stuck. He was stuck with us. Up there in the mountains, figuring shit out. Or whatever phone call he made or email he sent, eventually somebody responded to it. And they bought us our much needed, highly coveted supplies. His mom was blown. He was like, I don't understand. There's plenty of plywood on Salerno. I found it all in the laydown yard. And I found this and I found that. And I'm like, yeah, but it never found its way up here, motherfucker, and I did it. I'm gonna get y'all a new tent for your DFAC. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Made a bunch of grand promises when he planned on hopping his ass on a flight right back the fuck out. Oh, my nigga, ain't nobody coming for you. The same way ain't nobody coming for us. And he just looked and he shook his head. He was like, they would never ignore me. They would never ignore this base. I say, word? Look around, bitch. Obviously, this motherfucker's been ignored for a long fucking time. Well, the DCMA came through, everyone comes through, and they're like, oh, this place is really fucked up. We're like, oh, really? How the fuck could you tell? Could it be the jingle truck engine that's sitting embedded in the ESCO wall? Damn near cleared the base? Could it be the lack of shelter and shit? Could it be that? I gave up my B hut and started sleeping in my office. Cause shit was just fucked up. You know, I got my B hut up there back eventually after they rebuilt some shit, and then they misallocated some funds to do some dumb shit like a my bad. Instead of saying I'm sorry, just my bad or we were wrong. They was like, my bad. We're gonna build you a new gym. You bitches left us stranded with no water and very little food for about a month. Me being the entrepreneur I am, we still have locals coming through, even though that pay got spotty. And I'm like, yo, go to the market in the afternoon. Like, yo, go to the market, go get some beef, bring that shit back. Explanation: cows abroad don't look the same as over here. American cows are well fed, they're fat. We pump them full of hormones to get them good. And make them look all robust and shit. Over there, them cows look like they had fucking thinner. You remember that movie where the bitch touched old boy face and he was fat as fuck and he just started, no matter how much he ate, he got skinnier and skinnier? Yeah, that's what them cows look like they had. Or that side of beef I ordered cost me a good old hundo. And when I got it back, let's just say I wasn't very pleased at this emaciated piece of beef. But food is food, right? He was able to chop that shit up and dice that shit up. That tough motherfucker wasn't nowhere near tender. And I'm pretty sure the Afghani cat I sent fucked me and kept a percentage for herself. But it's business. I know what it feels like to be abandoned when you need help, right? So, I was talking about that thing that happened in that part of NC a little while ago, Asheville and shit. I was talking with the wife about going there, and before Mike Reed gave me that advice, like, nah, don't go just yet. She hit me with the whole, I don't want to go up that motherfucker. I'm like, yeah, but we can do this, and we can do that, and we can do this, and we can do that. And she gave me every reason, pretty much the exact same reasons that Mike said don't go, and I ain't hear her. I won't listen. I'm like, whatever, shut up. You don't know shit. Shut up. Only thing Mike Reed said different than her was they pulling them things on each other. They got them pew pews out there, and they drawing down on one another. You ride in on me like Meals on Wheels. Somebody gonna eat, it ain't gonna be you. So I was like, I can't take my wife into that kind of hostile situation. Now, I'm used to going into hostile situations. It's part of the job. That's all part of my motherfucking wheelhouse. Let's go. A lineman don't go out until that storm come. A firefighter don't go out until that bell ring. EMS don't go out until somebody has an event. So this is just part of what the fuck I do. But once I heard, okay, yeah, they pulling them things on each other. All right, well, cool, fuck it. I can't take my wife up there. I can't take my wife up there. Then I got thinking, right? Because I heard a story of a guy that flew his own personal private helicopter up that bitch to start rescuing people. He flew from South Carolina up the north. And ultimately, the police chief's response was, do it again, and nigga, you going to jail. I said, ain't that some shit? You gonna fly your own personal private helicopter with supplies up there to help and rescue motherfuckers, and they tell you, do it again, and you're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You know what I'm saying? He told him fuck that because he had to go back to pick his son up because his son was his co-pilot. It was a whole situation where the weight was off and they had supplies and they took one lady but had to leave the husband. And the son was like, all right, fuck it. I'll stay back here with the husband because they were older, elderly folks. He told him, well, fuck it. I'm going back for my son. And he couldn't take the husband. Now, how much truth is in that story, I'm not sure. But I've seen me some things, right? Hence my attitude and my beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's not that far-fetched of a story, assuming it's a story. The the story, it's pretty believable to me. Anyway, that sparked the idea. What the fuck do you do in a situation when you have a whole populace of people who essentially have been abandoned? What do those people do? You know what I'm saying? Because from everything I've heard so far, it's very Mad Maxing out that motherfucker. A whole populace of abandoned fucking people. I was like, this sounds familiar. Hence the thumbnail. Well, first thing they did was isolate the city. Second thing they did was, you know, bring in the troops. But they really weren't going in that motherfucker like that, though. Mm-mm. What the fuck happened? What's happening? They're airdropping supplies and people are just taking it, running off, scattering like roaches when the lights come on, type shit. Like, we can't get no information or no footage or nothing going in and coming out. I was like, this is strange. This shit sounds familiar. Well, by that area being in a natural bowl, mountains and hills and shit, ain't like you can really hike out that motherfucker. That ain't really an option like that. Not for the average person. A 15-mile walk will fuck most people up for a couple days. Now do that uphill. Then now back downhill. They won't allow drones. They won't allow a whole lot of shit. A lot of fishing is going to fuck on. But me, I'm paranoid, maybe, possibly, just a little bit. But you can't piss on me and tell me it's raining, you know. Nah, I never believe that. But I find it very odd. There's so many similarities to that movie referenced in that thumbnail. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. The fuck are they doing to the people up there? Even though the vast majority of them don't look like us, I'm still somewhat of a motherfucking humanitarian and kind of to at least wonder enough what the fuck is happening, you know? Because I had plans on going there and seeing what I could do. Can't get there. Can't get there. It's impossibly impossible to get there right now. So we're gonna see how this shit shake out in the next few. I kind of think a certain number of that population is being called, because America does still have that good old 50% death tax. So when your ass transpire, you get the fuck up out of here. The state is taking 50% of everything you got, especially if you don't have that last will and testament in that estate set up. If you ain't got that, the state can come through and take 50% of whatever the fuck you had or have, and then let your folks scrap over the rest. With the lack of resources and help that's being distributed, I kind of start wondering, like, are they liquidating motherfuckers? Has this become some Soylent Green Logos run ass shit? Like, the fuck is going on? Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Maybe I'm just fucked up. But I have seen things where failure was planned into the mission. Yeah, it was planned into it. The failure was planned into it. But maybe I'm drunk. Maybe I'm lunching. I'm lunching. Oh, I just woke up and it's too early, for me to have coherent thoughts, possibly, But not even letting drones go in to find people to help with search and rescue. Not letting people with their own private helicopters go in and turning them away. That don't sit right with me. Nah, that don't sit right. Threatening people with prison time Actually, I would have been very interested to ask the question if it was me. But what the fuck are you gonna lock me up at? Ain't that bitch underwater still too? You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving though, but I'm just curious. How you gonna lock me up in a flooded fucking town? Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. But just my thoughts first thing in the morning. Just my thoughts. Anyway, I'm about to make some good old soup. You know, heal the wife real fast because she coming down with a cold. Get her back good. And keep tracking this shit. Another thing I found really funny before I go is the fact that you have two hurricanes back to back. Just back to back. One makes its way all the way up and tears everything up from the Gulf to Tennessee. And then another one goes like that. We ain't forgot about you, Florida, and devastates that motherfucker. I've seen so many Florida tags down this bitch, it ain't even funny, Slim. Motherfuckers laid out to natural disasters and of similar kind in such close proximity to each other, but also time, right? Hmm. One of my clients said he was trying to convince his homie, uh, his Indian cat. He was trying to convince his friend to go ahead and come on down or come on up to where we at. And he was like, I can't get out. It's gonna take me like 12 hours just to try to attempt to get there. One bitch said it had been 3 hours. She'd only gone 100 miles. Well, traffic was a motherfucker. So, shit, the people's even said that to them folks in Florida, if you don't leave, you will die. I'm like, was that a warning or was that a threat? You're taking people whose budgets have already been stressed and pressed and torn apart and stressing them even further. So the average American just ain't got it like that no more. Now you got to run from these storms. Now you got to run from this. There was a whole nother story about how the hotels are jacking the prices up, and Connie had something to say about that. But notice she didn't say shit about them airlines that raised all the prices on them flights, though, right? And shit has hit the fan situations. There will always be people to come out successful because they either price gouge, they're supplying things that people need. I peeped that. I peeped it. You're gonna jump on motherfucking hotels.com for not smacking the hand of all these hotel owners, which are mostly, if you from where I'm from, mostly Indian, for raising prices and rates. But you ain't say shit to them airlines though. Come on, commie, we don't believe, bitch. We don't. We don't. Bunch of situations that just don't make no sense to me. Maybe I'm tripping though. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I've been around long enough to see enough shit to know shit don't look right. Nah, when shit don't sound right. Too many things to make you go, hold up. Or, you know, maybe I'm just, war struck. And all I see is fighting now. Everything, I'm a hammer and everything's a nail type shit. Who knows, bro? Who knows? Who knows? But just something to think about. Something to think about. You brothers be easy. Y'all be safe out there. Y'all have a good day, man. And it's like, shit. Stay out the way, bro. Stay out the way. Because this shit ain't making no sense. This world is getting hella confusing. Oh, let me say this real quick. Last thing. I'm gone. Who's gonna come in and rebuild all those wonderful destroyed homes in all these towns that got devastated? I wonder who's gonna do that. Who has the skill set to come in and rebuild these homes, these properties, these businesses? Well, the average construction worker now speak of Espanol. Yeah, found that part interesting too. And if they do go into these small towns and these cities and rebuild, do you think they're gonna leave, or are they gonna set roots? They got enough bread to, you know. Anyway, thoughts, opinions, and ideas. Y'all bros be easy. Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna get this day started to make this brew. Peace.